Alright, in this video we're going to be collecting some like terms. And collecting like terms, let's go ahead and just, I know this is kind of pixelated whatsoever, but it says like terms are terms that contain the same letter variables which are raised to the exact same powers. And then when you collect them, only the coefficients of the terms are different. So let's take a look at two different examples here. First, that this is an example of like terms right here because I have x and it is technically raised to the first power, and then x here, so that's technically raised to the first power. So these can be combined up. So if I have 3x's plus 7x's, those could be combined to 10x's, okay? Whereas the example immediately to the right of it, these cannot be combined because these are two different things. These are 3x's, and then this is just 7. So we don't have 10, we don't know if we have 10x's. This is just 7, we don't know, whatever, okay? It represents something. And so we just have to leave it. So this is an example of like terms, and this is an example of not like terms. Okay, and so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the examples here. Is that with like terms, oftentimes we analyze an entire expression here and say like, okay, I have 2x's here, and I have 5x's here, and then I have a -4 and I have a -1. So let's just kind of take inventory of what we have. I have 2x's and 5x's. So that's going to give me 7x's. And now I have a -4 and a -1. Well, that's, if you think about it, that is going to be 5 total negatives. And so that is going to be the simplified expression there. Okay. These guys right here, the only two that I can gather up is going to go ahead and be x to the second and this 9x to the second. So I have, technically, if I don't have any number or coefficient in front of there, that's going to be like 1. So I have 1x to the second, okay, 1x to the second, and 9x to the second. So that's going to be 10x to the seconds. Now notice that I could not, so these are like terms right here, but this is its own term. That is just an x, so that I only have 3x's, so I have to keep those separate, okay? And likewise, like terms can also be over this business of if I have several variables, okay? So if I have 2xy's and plus 6xy's, then I know total I would have 8xy's, okay? So I would need, again, for each one of those, they would have to have the exact same variables raised to the exact same powers, and then I can add up the coefficients, okay? So that's just a quick overview of collecting like terms, and hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video.